So let's go ahead and warm up the spine gently. And take the right arm up. And try to keep your shoulders down. Try not to hike it up into your neck and towards your ear too much. Keep your spine as long and as straight as possible. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Let's do a gentle side bend for now. Continue to breathe. And try not to elevate the opposite shoulder. Keep both shoulders relaxed down the spine. And try to feel the stretch in your upper spine between the shoulder blades. Continue to breathe. So keep the breath nice and long. And slowly release. Let's take the opposite arm up. Shoulder stays down. Spine stays long. So lean slightly forward at the hips, just to ensure that you're not leaning back. And as best as possible, try to keep a little arch in your lower back. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, side bend to the opposite side. Again, making sure that the right shoulder does not lift up towards the ear. And avoid collapsing the spine. Keep everything nice and long. So the bottom rib cage should be right underneath the top rib cage. Nice deep breaths. And every exhalation should bring you over just a little bit more. And let's release. Let's do that one more time. Switching sides. Go back to the right side. Shoulders stay down. Bring your body slightly forward of the hips. Let's do side bend again. Hold here for a little bit. We're going to add on. Take your right arm and bring it down towards the floor. Roll the right shoulder and the right rib cage downward towards the floor. Now when you're doing this, avoid moving the hips too much. So during this spine work, we're mostly going to try to isolate the upper spine. So we're basically going to be moving from the rib cage rather than from rib cage and lower back and hips. So we're really trying to stabilize the lower part and rotate the upper part. And release the rotation. And let's go ahead and go to the other side. So the left arm comes up, shoulders stay down. We go into the side bend first. Opposite hip stays down. Everything stays nice and stacked. Continue to breathe. Shoulders soft. And we're going to add the internal rotation. So the left arm comes down. The left shoulder rolls forward. The left rib cage rolls forward. The hips stay. And let the head fall. Continue to breathe. Nice deep breaths. Now release the rotation and release the side bend. Okay, gentle spine twist to the right. Again, very important that the twisting comes from the rib cage, middle to upper spine twists, not the hips, not the lower back. Also, for people who have injuries or back problems, not all movements are safe. So please make sure that you familiarize yourself with the things that you should not be doing. And let's go ahead and turn over to the other side. So either your doctor or perhaps go take a few yoga classes, just to make sure that you're doing the right things and not doing things which make your condition worse. So again, the spine twisting comes from the rib cage. And you're basically feeling it where the ribs and the spine connect. And let's go ahead and release. Okay, so let's twist to the right again, just from the rib cage. And now this time, let's lift the chest, like you're trying to turn it up towards the ceiling. So there's an external rotation, and then also a lift. And try to kind of lean away, right? We're leaning towards the left side. Deep, deep breaths. Try to keep the shoulders soft. So this arm kind of pushes you away, right? And stay twisted and lifted. And back to center. Now I twist to the other side. Hold hips. Hold lower back. There's no twisting in the lower back or in the hips. So we twist from the rib cage only. It's not very big. Doesn't have to be very big. So we do the twist first, then we lift some more, and then the right hand kind of helps to push you away from the left side. So you're leaning to your right. So there's a twist and a lean. And of course, the lift. Keep breathing deeply. And slowly release. Okay, so let's take the right arm up again. We're going to do the side bend. Shoulders stay soft. And now let's add the external rotation. So again, we're taking the rib cage, opening it to the right side, then take the right arm and reach it to the wall behind you. Open the chest. The right hip stays firmly grounded. The rib cage opens to the left. You can bring the left arm into it to help you twist some more. Continue to breathe. And remember, we're leaning away. And from the external rotation, we now come to the internal rotation, moving from rib cage only, head down. So we're still neutral in the pelvis. And center. Okay, so now the left arm comes up, side bend, open, external rotation to the back, and now the left arm reaches to the back, and the right arm pushes you away, the right hip stays firmly planted. Breathe. So the opposite arm helps with the twisting. Continue to breathe deeply. And you should be feeling nothing in your lower back. And from external rotation, internal rotation from the rib cage only. Head down, soften the shoulders. And center. Okay, let's take the right leg out. Square the hips, make sure the hips are even with one another. And let's go ahead and gently twist to the left. Once again, you want to make sure you keep the pelvis stabilized. Twist from the ribcage only. Place the right hand on the opposite knee, and again, lean away. Lean towards the straight leg. Continue to breathe. So big twist in the upper spine, and lean. And come back to center. Twist to the right. And try to line up your central line with the leg. And then fold over the leg. Fold over the leg. Stay nice and long. And it's better to just keep it high up than round and lead with the head. So keep your spine as long as possible and hinge forward with the legs. So twist and reach. And twist some more and reach and stay long. So this you'll feel a lot in the spine if it's done properly. And it should feel good in the spine. And center. And let's switch legs. So hips are square. First we do the external rotation, taking the rib cage only and rotating it to the right. Lift. And press your body towards the straight leg. Continue to breathe. Nice, deep breaths. Soften the shoulders. Deepen the twist and the lift with every exhalation. And make sure that all of this work feels good. Center. And now twist over the straight leg. So again, we aim to line up central line right over the leg. Okay, so twisting from ribcage only rather than from the hips. And fold. And twist a little more and fold a little more. Try not to collapse the underside, the left side. Try not to collapse on that side. Stay as long as possible. So continue to twist and reach, and twist and reach. So keep the spine as long as possible. And center. Let's switch legs again. Hips are square to the front. Twist to the right. And let's lift. And again, fold over. And center. Good. Twist in the opposite direction. And lift. Place the hand, the right hand on the opposite knee, and use to help you twist. Now turn your head and look to the straight leg. But keep the chest lifted and the twist in the rib cage only. And now take the back arm up towards the ceiling. And stay soft in the shoulders and breathe. So we're looking down over the arm. We're twisting the rib cage. Open, external rotation. And release. Let's do the other side. Twist to the left. Fold. Again, focus is on the twisting, on the lining up central line as best as possible with the leg. And release. And twist to the left. Lift. Lean away from the bent leg. Look over the front shoulder at the straight leg. And lift the opposite arm. So continue to twist to the right while looking down over the straight leg. Keep breathing. And let's release. And we'll do that one more time. Twist over the straight leg. Fold. And up. Good, now we twist over the bent leg. Take the back arm up. Look down towards the front, the straight leg. Now continue to push your body towards the straight leg with the right arm. Keep looking at the leg. Place your right elbow against right above the knee to twist some more. So as best as possible, you have that external rotation. Hold soft shoulders. Now you can stay here, or you can release the hand to the big toe, or to the ankle, wherever your arm can reach, while maintaining the external rotation. And then you gently draw the body over the straight leg while twisting deeply from the upper spine and staying nice and long. Breathe. And now the top arm crosses over, head to knee. And it's coming up. Let's try the other side. So please try to keep the spine very long, nice and lifted as you're doing the rotation, and make this more about your spine than about your leg. Your leg will also get some stretch, the hamstring and the inner thigh, but really we're looking for a nice, long and malleable spine. So we're trying to keep the work in the middle to upper back and between the sides of the vertebrae. So let's go ahead and twist to the right. So stay very lifted. Take the back arm, lift it up. Soft shoulders. Now you can press your body away towards the straight leg. Look down over the front shoulder. Keep the twisting as best as possible. Keep breathing. Now keep the twist. Place your elbow against the inside, just above the knee. And this will help you twist a little bit more. Continue to breathe. So this is also a very deep side stretch. Stay tall, big twist, big twist. And now if you can, go ahead and release this hand, either to the ankle or the big toe, and use it to help you pull just a little more. Twist a little more, come over a little more. Keep the opposite hip down. So go only as far as you can without losing all of these little bits, all of these little pieces. Deep breath. Roll. Internal rotation from the ribcage only. Fold over that leg. And center. And up. Take a little forward bend. Remember to lead with the chest. Try not to round the spine too much. And let's go on ahead and continue a little bit more upper spine back work. Come up onto the knees. So we will come into the kneeling dog position. So the kneeling dog position is like child's pose, except a little bit longer. So when you're coming down, the hips are actually remain lifted. But let's go ahead and put the forehead down. Palms are facing down. So we're looking for hips over knees. And once you get into position, curl the pelvis under and round the spine, the lower spine. Then look between the palms, place the chin on the mat. So try not to have a big arch in the lower back. Curl the pelvis under. Keep breathing. Stay rounded in the lower back. And pull the shoulder blades away from the ears. And slowly come up. Let's do a very gentle camel. Tuck the pelvis. Lift the chest. Keep it real small for now. And release. Good. Let's go back to the same position, the kneeling dog position. This time we're going to have the palms facing each other. So remember, very important to stay rounded in the lower back. That's going to move the stretch into the upper back. Otherwise, the lower back takes the brunt of the stretch. And we put the forehead, the chin, on the mat. Arms are nice and long. Curl under. Chin down, look between the palms. Stay rounded in the lower spine. But you're looking to basically feel it right in the middle of the thoracic area. Of course, a lot of shoulder stretch here as well, but very tucked in the lower back. Let's do the mount camel again. Tuck the pelvis, bring the hips forward, stay out of the lower back by keeping the tuck and lifting the chest. Maybe press a little more forward this time, but do not move the work into the lower back. Open, 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 and roll back. Okay, again into the kneeling dog position. This time, the palms will be facing up. The pelvis is tucked, shoulders are down and wide, pulled far away from the spine. So the knees are kind of underneath the hips. If you have a mirror, it helps to kind of see where that is. Palms are facing up. Also, if the chin doesn't touch the mat, that's okay. You can do forehead, or you can even keep the head up and work your way up to having the chin down. So the chin is down, and then once you get into position, curl under the lower back, the pelvis. Deep breath, round the lower back. Slowly release. Back into camel. So ultimately we have chin and chest down while keeping the lower back flat. Camel. Lift the chest. Tuck, tuck, tuck the pelvis. The more you focus on the up, the easier it will be on the lower back. The more the upper spine will get a stretch. Release. Okay, so one more. This time we bend at the elbows. So the palms stay facing up, elbows are down. Hands are on the shoulders, and then pull back. Place the chin on the mat if you can. If not, you can put the forehead down and continue to pull the hips back and curl the pelvis under. And hold. So tight shoulders will sometimes prevent you from getting into the middle to upper spine, but once the shoulders loosen up enough, then you should be able to move that stretching into the thoracic spine. Okay, so let's go on ahead and add on. We'll go into the bridge position. Let's lie down on the back. Legs are slightly bent. Bring your feet underneath your knees. Tuck the pelvis, that's your flat back position, and continue to roll the hips up. Stay right here. Shoulders are soft. So once again, we want to stay out of the lower back. If the tailbone droops down too much, then you're going to feel the work in the lower back. If it stays tucked, you'll feel it in your glutes and in your legs, but not so much in your lower back. And we want to keep the lower back protected. Now let's continue to roll the hips up while keeping the tuck. Walk the body a little closer towards your feet. If you can hold on, you hold on. So remember, you stay wherever it is that you need to stay. But if you're able to bring your hands to your ankles, you should be feeling some of this work in your middle to upper spine. Just like in camel, we take the chest up. And the uplift, while keeping the tuck, will put the work in the middle to upper spine. Shoulders are soft. Keep breathing. Slowly roll down. Pause for a moment. So try not to go into any deep back bends after you've done, any deep forward bends after you've done a deep back bend. You always want to come back into a kind of a neutral position before doing the opposite. Sometimes going too quickly from a deep back bend to a deep forward bend or the other way around can create injury in the lower back. Now go ahead and just bring the knees into the chest. Although you should not be feeling anything in the lower back if you did this properly. And this is really more just because it feels good, not because the lower back needs stretching. Okay, so let's go ahead, scoop the pelvis, lift the hips up again, walk the shoulders forward. If you can get a firm grip on the ankles, go ahead and do so. And come all the way to right where about the spine and the neck meet. The pelvis is super tucked, shoulders are soft, abs are strong, and glutes and legs are nice and strong. Now let go and bring your hands on the mat by your shoulders palms right underneath the shoulders. Your goal is to have your elbows as close to the mat as possible. Pelvis is tucked. You'll feel a big stretch in your shoulder and in the back of the arm. But remember, nothing in the lower back, and it should feel good. Elbows are real close to the head. Slowly roll down. Release the arms. Straighten your legs for a few moments. Shake out the legs a little bit. You may feel the glutes and the legs working from that pose. And remember to stop at your own level. Try not to push these poses whenever you work with knees and lower back. You want to be especially careful about pressing too much because you can injure yourself easily. So make sure you only work within your range of motion and comfort, and maybe just a little bit beyond it, but don't push too much. Okay, so let's go ahead and lift up again into the shoulder bridge position. So you tuck the pelvis, flat back position, roll the spine up. Walk the shoulders forward a little bit. So you can, again, you stay here and just focus, if this is enough for you, focus on keeping this area protected and feeling that work and the stretch in the upper spine, the lats, the shoulders, right? You can also stay here with the palms together. This feels kind of good, nice stretch on the shoulders. Or go on ahead and let's go back to extending the arms overhead. Then bend from your elbows, place the elbows on the mat, and this time get a firm grip with your fingers on the mat and just kind of bring your body back and up a little bit so you're rolling more on your head. Push only as far as you're comfortable going. Keep the work in middle to upper spine. Tuck the chin, lift the chin away from the chest a little bit more if you can. Elbows in a little more. And make sure you keep contact of elbows to floor. Breathe. Slowly roll back down. Let's not want to push, for sure. And when you're doing that shoulder stretch, if your arms are up and your palms are this way, make sure the elbow doesn't go out to the side and that you are in an external rotation in the shoulder joint. Let's stay here for a moment. So before we go into the deep forward bend or in the plow position, we allow the spine to come back into its neutral position, to take a few moments to let it rest and let it settle. Maybe we'll do a little spine twist here. Go ahead and bring your right knee in. Do a little spine twist. Again, try to keep the work out of the lower back. Move it into your middle to upper back. Try to figure out what it is that you need to do to make that happen. And come back in. Because ultimately our goal is to learn how to do these things properly. Not necessarily to learn the poses, but how do I do one thing correctly? How do I move one body part without feeling it in the wrong place? Spine twist to the other side. How do you work the upper spine without working the lower spine? How do we isolate that? Learning how to do that is the most important part of the work. Let's come back to center. Bring your knees into the chest. Now if you need to support your body with the hands to bring you up into plow, go ahead and do so. Extend your legs up towards the ceiling. Take a little stretch. So again, if you need to use your hands, do so, or just use your abdominals to bring your spine up and over, and your legs will go wherever it is that they can get down to. Please do not turn your head when you're in this position. Now you can walk the shoulders forward a little bit, hands down on the mat, clasp together if you can. And let's get the legs nice and straight. And push your heels. Activate the legs by pressing through the heels. Do not turn the head, and get the spine nice and long. So engage your abdominals to keep your spine long and protected. Now we can walk the feet over to the right. Bend at the knees. Straighten. Walk your feet over to the left. You can bend at the knees. Straighten. Back to center. Now you can open the legs nice and wide. And then bring them back together about hip width apart. Bend your knees. Bring them as close to your ears as possible. Do not force. Straighten your legs. Slowly roll the spine down. Feet on the floor. Again, pause for a few moments. Allow the spine to return to neutral. Straighten the legs. Keep your legs together. Flex your feet. There should still be a small arch in your lower back. Extend the arms overhead, palms face each other, shoulder blades down. But this is basically your mountain pose right here. Sometimes it feels really good to just come back to this neutral position right here. And if your lower back hurts right now, you probably just did too much. Try to do a little less next time. Stay a little bit more focused on keeping the work in the upper back. And let's roll up to a sitting position. Okay, so remember not to press the spine too much. Always be mindful of your comfort level, your comfort zone. Then go a little bit beyond it, but not too much. And again, if you have the spine injuries, make sure that you really get familiar with all the things that you need to be avoiding, and perhaps check with the local yoga instructor, your doctor. And let's go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, release. See you next time.